than we did at, say, at the close of World War II. It isn't that people haven't been shooting, but they haven't been shooting awfully well. Now, is this a good or a bad thing? I'm sure you all are reasonably familiar with that Chinese fire drill we had up at Laurel Canyon here in North Hollywood. 800 rounds fired with a couple of casualties. Now, what's going on there? What problems can we face? The problem is not technical. It's not a matter of marksmanship. It's a sociological problem. And with that in mind, we can take the notion of technique and put it to one side. Now, over the decades, I and associates of mine have evolved ways of teaching people to use sidearms very efficiently. But the question is whether that matters or not. When you have a case where you have an easy target at close range, what good is marksmanship? Do you need it? Does it matter? An example, not too long ago in West Los Angeles, a young couple were beset by a goblin on the second deck of their apartment who pushed them in through their open door and proceeded about his business of assault and robbery and so on. And to start with, he ordered the young man to lie down on the floor and put his hands behind him so he could tie them. Well, he more or less disregarded the girl, and then he had to do something with the gun, you know. You can't tie a man's hands with a gun in your hand. So he put the pistol in his belt. And while he knelt behind this young man to tie his hands with something in mind in the future, I suppose, this girl just lifted the gun out of his belt and killed him with it. Now, when the muzzle is touching the target, marksmanship is really not all that critical.